Hello, I hope everyone is doing well on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. A thought came to me today and I thought I would talk about it, and I hope that I can motivate somebody, inshallah. Today's topic is heartbreak. Beware of the types of heartbreak that puts someone to sleep. And I do not mean by actually falling asleep. I do have speech impediment, so I apologize. I shouldn't apologize for something that I cannot change, but if it bothers anyone, I do hope you have the patience to bear with me. Going to sleep after a heartbreak is probably the toughest thing anyone can go through, because by the time you wake up, a year passed, 3 years passed, 5 years passed, and that's really not a good look. I don't say this a lot, but one of the things that I remember listening to the moment I remembered I fell in love was Way Down We Go. I forgot the artist, but I was listening to Way Down We Go. Is the moment I realized, I am actually falling in love. Like, I felt it, but I guess it was a way of peeping into the future. I was actually gonna go down. So, with that being said, when I went through my heartbreak, I fell asleep. I fell asleep by starting to mentally not be stable. My reality was distorted. I think that's how you say the word. I couldn't think properly. I was always disassociating all the time. My mind was always in the past, trying to figure out what happened, what went wrong, wanting to reach out to that person. I was in my head, not in reality, not in the time that I'm in, if that makes sense. I wasn't in the moment. I was always living in my past. Even when I was working, I was always disassociating all the time. I was having BPD episodes all the time. That is why I went through moments of substance abuse, because I felt like the only way I could feel normal was if I actually wasn't feeling the pain. So that turned into an addiction on its own, and it became really, really bad. Now imagine going through a miscarriage and a heartbreak all at the same time. I didn't think I could ever save myself. I would be okay. I was just asleep. I couldn't take myself out of it. Every single time I wanted to feel better and be better, I'm right back asleep. Every time I try to tell myself that it's okay, it'll get better, I fall right back asleep. I'm right back where I started. Falling asleep during a heartbreak can cause you to lose friends, lose yourself, lose your family. Your work environment will not be healthy. You're just not there. You're really not to fit into reality. You're not in the moment. You're living in the past. You stay living in the past. I give credit to the friends, I'm not saying mine, but I give credit to those friends who are around others who'll be like, hey girl, let's go out to eat, it's my birthday, come out and do this. The friends that push you to come out of your comfort zone, those are saviors. Those are angels. Sure, sometimes they might tell you to do things you don't want to do, but they're trying to get you to step out of the situation you are in. My thing is, I didn't realize how bad was down until I realized that I was losing everything around me. And I was like, wait, how am I like having the worst year while the person who put me in this position is living their life? What is the difference? And then I realized that I have to give credit to social media, TikTok. That's when my waking moments started happening. Like, the universe started to force me to wake up by sending videos after videos. I would meet people who say certain things that would just start like clicking to me. That's what helped me start waking up, like coming back to reality. I don't wish like that type of heartbreak on anyone. Sure, everyone else has their own way of dealing with it. I give a lot of credit to people who took themselves out of situations sooner, but there's some of us who fall asleep for a long time. By the time we wake up, time has been wasted. A lot hasn't been done. So be careful when you're going through heartbreak to not fall asleep. Everything you feel is delusional. Every memory you made, delusional. Because at the end of the day, it's not what you thought it was. It is what the other person thought it was. Even if it wasn't real, it's what the other person thought it was. You, the person who is being hurt, who's traumatized, it's delusional on your part. On their part, it's a whole different thing. That's why they're having the time of their life. But I wouldn't say like they have the best lives, because my ex's dog died. He ain't saying nothing about it. But to continue, anyone who has hurt you, even though your mind is asleep, there's a price to pay. God had said, any step a man who has broken a woman, every step he takes, the earth curses them. The ground they walk on curses them. So regardless, you will always and forever be straight. If you need help to be not asleep, I would say if your friends tell you, let's go out, do it. They're God sent. They may not be perfect, but they're God sent. Do it. It's baby steps, but just do it. Going out in nature, that helps. Go out in nature to learn more about the earth you live in, the game you're playing. Just do that. Don't do things by force, but by the will of you wanting to do things at all costs. Tell yourself, today I'm going to do this. If you don't do it that day, do it the next day. If you don't do it the next day, there has to be a day you will build the courage to just do it. I remember forcing myself to go to the playground at my grown age, and I sat on the swings, and I was just on the swings. And it made the child in me very happy. I even went to the lake. I sat down by the lake, and I just enjoyed the view. I enjoyed like how everyone is just chilling and having fun. My family was there. I was distracted by them. The distraction was beautiful because it made me forget how much pain I was in. And I constantly try to be in different places where I wouldn't think of how much pain I'm in. And that helped me have the steps, prepare for the steps that I have to take to be the person I am today. Now, English is my second language. I would like to apologize if anyone does not understand where I am coming from. But I'm trying to explain from the best of my knowledge. The person who's going to cause you to disassociate or go through things is not perfect. No human being is perfect. If you thought they were, you made them perfect. You yourself applied so many things to them that you're like, oh, this is a good person. So what you did to make them look good was beautiful. Now the next step is hard, is to realize that they have always been the same person you first met them before you fell in love with them. They were literally that idiotic. They're no different. The difference now is that you made them look beautiful. Everything they did said you made it all beautiful. And because you did that, they forced you to see how terrible they can be, which broke you. Because something in you, just take it this way. Heartbreak like that is the universe forcing you to come back to reality, because something is not being done right somewhere and you can't see it. Nothing can be hidden from the universe, from God. I'm Muslim, so nothing can be hidden from Allah. He's all seeing. God is all seeing, the most powerful. The heartbreak happened because there were so many things happening behind your back that you were not aware of. And because it was so bad, the things that happened behind your back, it caused the separation to happen. It's a blessing. It's not rejection, it's redirection. Someone's time and purpose is done. Now it's time for you to move on to your next level. Whatever you do, do not isolate. When you're going through a very tough heartbreak, do not isolate yourself, because it will keep you asleep. When you're isolated, it's the perfect comfort for sleep. Your mind is just never going to change, because there's nothing else that you see around you other than the fact that you are alone and your ex-partner is no longer there. So don't be killing yourself over another human being that shits like you, over another human being that farts like you, that drools like you, who was nothing before you made them something. It's not even worth it. They're like ordinary. Like, they're not extraordinary, they're ordinary. Take yourself out of your own misery. You should always tell yourself you can do better and be better. Because of your sleep, you're not winning. Because your mind is locked on why it happened the way it did, you're not winning. Now, if you heal, when you start to heal and start to apply the normal things you experienced the first time, you will win at something. When you don't try to change that, it'll just get worse and worse and worse. In my case, it took 1 year and 5 months almost. It hurt. With all that being said, what's that one word I like? But I digress. Love is a beautiful thing. Don't ever love someone who's not healed. Don't love someone who stays with their mom. Don't love someone who has not their life together. Don't love someone who makes jokes of how you look. Do not love someone who isn't awake. You can respect them, but by awake, I mean like they don't know, like they're in this world and it's a game. As in, they don't even know anything about the Matrix. Like, they're just in the system to be in the system. They just help the system. They don't try to be their own self. Stay away from those type of people. I'm not saying they're bad people. You can guide them, but do not fall in love with them, because that is the worst thing you could do to yourself. Because what they're about to do is put you right back into the system. You're gonna fall right back asleep, and even if you knew the truth, it would be harder for you to think right. So save yourself. I apologize to anyone who's going through it. I hope no one is going through it with the heartbreak situation. But yeah, falling in love with brokies and stuff, it's like taking a sleeping pill. You know what I mean? Like, you sign a prescription as soon as you decide to fall in love with someone who's too busy gangbanging, too busy being broke, too busy going around. You're signing a prescription that you're going to take later on to put yourself to sleep. So don't do that. Take care of yourselves. Always know you're beautiful. When you meet a guy, always let him know you're too beautiful for him. No matter what he does. I'm too good for you. Like, it doesn't matter how much he begs. Just be hard to get. At the end of the day, be hard to get. Because if you're not hard to get, then you're easy to just pull. How do I say this? It's easy for others to put you back in the system and lock you up in there. Do good for yourselves. Pray for yourselves. Do not fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. Love someone who's as awake as you are. Don't fall asleep. Do not fall asleep. If someone hurts you, don't fall asleep. As soon as you know that you are heartbroken, distract yourselves with as many things as possible. Not substance. Anything else. You know? Like, don't hurt your body. Go be somebody. Stay safe and good luck, and don't sleep for too long. Don't waste your time. Sleeping for 1 year was terrible, so take it from me. No one can be as good as you. No one can be you. No one can know you as much as you know yourself. Go thrive. Bye.